There we go. So I thought for the next 7 weeks or so, we might talk about the chakras. Now, some of you know what they are, others maybe not. Anybody not know what they are? Chakras. Never heard of it, right? Okay, so this is my book that is about the chakras, and it was written by Betsy Rippentrop, who did yoga teacher training with me clear back when. Jeanette knows her. And it's a complete idiot's guide to chakras, which cracks me up. But the chakras are like energy centers that are up and down your spine. And actually, the last one is right here above your head. And they're associated with different colors. And you've probably seen that before, that picture of the person. Yeah. So today, so when I was going through teacher training, Betsy was in my class, right? And Marcia had asked her to kind of do a little talk on chakras. And she had us all lie down, and then she had a pendulum that she holds above each of the chakra centers. And if the pendulum swings in a clockwise position, then you're open. And if it just stays still, then you're probably closed in that area. And so there's different things that are associated with those areas. And I was closed in my throat chakra, which I thought was interesting. And when I looked at it, I was like, really? This is too woo-woo for me. I don't believe this, Um, but I said, could I try it? So there was still one of the gals laying there, and I did it on her chakras and came up with the same exact thing that Betsy did. I couldn't believe how, I thought she was making it a circle or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I discovered it was a real thing. So I think there is something to it. So the first chakra that's at the base of your spine is called the root chakra or earth chakra, and it's associated with the color red. Oh, and I wore my leggings. So root, water, power, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. That's what they are. So the root chakra associated with color red is when you're open here, you feel safe and secure. And it's kind of like your survival. It is the foundation for your physical body. So the lower three chakras are more physical, earthy, in the present, and the other ones are more spiritual. Okay. So the heart chakra is like the fulcrum, which is kind of cool. So below is earthy, spiritual. So think about that. Close your eyes. And all the parts, like your sits bones and your legs and feet that are touching the ground, which is the floor, but through the foundation and all the layers of the floor is the earth. And today you can even feel the warmth of the earth. And when you really feel that connection to ground, it's easier to extend up out of that. Not rigidly, but just feel nice and tall. When you feel grounded, you feel safer. whether it's grounded in family or faith or the earth, whatever helps ground you, that helps open your root chakra. And please bring hands to heart center. May we all feel safe and secure and grounded. May we notice how much beauty there is on this planet. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. And I'm going to have you start in child's pose, please. And if you would, just bring your blanket to the back of your mat because we're going to use it. And if you want, you can even use it in child's pose. Just throw it under your knees and sit back because we're going to be here for a little while. You don't have to, but sometimes it's kind of feels kind of nice. And go ahead and walk your hands out long. Just notice all the parts that are touching the floor now. Tops of your feet, shins, your palms are down. And then just kind of step your hands to the left. Maybe shift your hips to the right a little bit. Get a good stretch in that right side body. And then switch. Step your hands to the right, hips off to the left a little bit. Stretch in the left side body. And then back to center. Just relax your elbows down to the mat. And then you're just gonna slide forward onto your belly. Just leave the blanket at the back of your mat there if you're on it. With your hands by your chest, just notice tops of your feet down, your pelvis grounded, maybe even your forehead if you want. And then you're gonna just draw the head of the arm bones away from the floor. Lift your head and your shoulders up. Maybe ground into your hands a little more and press up even further. Just get a good stretch in cobra. And then lower back down. Stretch your hands by your hips now. Keep your everything grounded. And then lift your head straight up, keeping a long back of neck. Lift your shoulders, lift your arms. Just warming up those back muscles. Keep pressing the tops of your feet down. And then bring your hands under your forehead and relax down. Again, notice the grounded feeling. We'll come up one more time. So hands by your hips, shoulders away from the floor, head lifts, shoulders lift, arms lift. And then maybe if you can feel grounded right in the middle there, I like to keep thinking rib cage stays back to help me maybe lift the feet and the legs. This is called locust pose or shalabhasana. And then go ahead and bring your hands under your forehead again, ground down. And then slide your hands back and push up to all fours. And just do some cow and cat. And I want you to focus right on the low part of your tailbone. Start there in both the poses, and then just work up your spine slowly. Getting out any kinks in the spine that you're feeling. Think of your head as an extension of your spine. So as you slowly work up, the last thing to lengthen long and lift is your head. And then in the other way, round down. One more time. And then pause with a flat back. And just lift your left leg and stretch it straight back and come down on the ball of your foot and just a very gentle stretch through your calf and Achilles. And then bring that foot flat on the floor, turn it out so your knee and the foot are pointed to the left. And then just kind of slowly move forward and back, opening up the hip. Your right heel, knee, and hip are in alignment, so they're all in the same plane. Good. And then pause and see about stretching that left leg straight. Just an inner thigh stretch. I'm up on my heel. Feels really good. Kneecap and toes point the same direction. And then bring that one in. And do that on the right side. So right, follow the footsteps back. Gentle stretch. I've overstretched before there and it's really sore. So just be careful. And then bring the knee up, turn the knee and foot out as much as it feels comfortable for you. And then just a little forward and back motion. And then stretch that leg straight if possible. And come on back in. Good. Switch your hands. I'm going to have you try this. You're going to make fists with your thumbs pointing forward. And just do a couple rounds of cat-cow in this way. You'll feel a bigger stretch on your shoulders. Maybe you can arc more. It's not as hard on your wrists. And then pause with a flat back. Extend just your right leg straight back and add the left arm. Now, if you don't feel stable on the fist, you feel free to round the hand down, flex and point your foot, maybe your wrist a few times. And then bring that one down and switch left leg, right arm. Just feel it out. It'll kind of remind you to stay really connected in the core. And then bring it on down and sit back to child's pose again. Extending your arms, palms down now. Come forward, curl the toes under, lift the knees, and press the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. And just walk your dogs out. I want you to notice when you have full connection with your hands on the floor. So feel finger mounds, fingertips, and all around the ring of your hand. And you press down. Notice how the floor presses back up. And then on your next inhale, come forward to a plank pose. And then lower your knees. Sit back, child's pose. Keep your hands down the floor, fully extended. And then slide forward, all fours, curl your toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Plank pose. Press down through the floor, through your feet, through your hands. Feel the lift that it gives you as it pushes back. And then lower the knees. Sit back to child's pose. One more time. All fours, curl the toes, push the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. And then just widen your feet a little bit wider than hip distance in this down dog. Bend your knees, push your hips up and back, lengthen your spine. That's it. And then very slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Come to a forward fold. You have to bend your knees a lot. Yep. And then see if you can just kind of feel your feet. So it feels like all four corners of your feet are really grounded down. So big toe mound, little toe mound, inside of heel, outside of heel. Yeah, good, you guys. And maybe just sway forward and back a little bit, just seeing, do I have the weight in the middle of my feet? And then in that wide position, just turn your toes out. Good. And then come down to a deep squat. And your blanket's right there. I'm going to have you bring it under your heels. Some of you don't need it. It's okay if you don't want it there, but whatever position feels okay. Hands to the inside. That's it. That blanket isn't tall enough. It's okay. I just wanted you to feel a little bit more grounded. Good. Now bring your left hand to your knee, if possible. And just a little twist. Good. It's okay, Joni. And then come back to center. Right hand to the right knee. Little twist. Come back to center. And everyone come on up to that forward fold again. And you can just wiggle your feet hip distance apart now. And then roll on up to standing. Good. And in that position, I want you to feel your feet again. Stretch your arms up. Bring your right hand down. Now stay really grounded through both feet. I want it equal as you arc to your right. Easy to feel that left foot or right foot grounded. I want you to feel the left foot grounded too. Good. Come back to center and switch. Make sure you have weight evenly in both feet. Good. And then come up. On exhale, I'm going to have you sit back to a squat. Not a squat, but a, what do you call it? I guess it's a squat. Chair pose. And then press into your feet, stretch it back up. Exhale, sit back again, chair pose. Aim the hips back behind the heels. Keep your low belly drawing up. Press evenly in the feet, stretch up again. And last time, chair pose. Good. Press into your feet and come on up to standing. Bring your hands by your side. Okay, now we're just going to do a little balance. So make sure that you feel like your weight's right. You always want to feel like your weight's stacked all the way up through the top of your head. You're in alignment. Good. Now shift your weight to your right foot. Lift your left heel. And keep feeling how grounded that right foot is. Maybe lift the left foot. I like to flex the foot and think of roots from that lifted foot extending down to the floor to help hold me there. Good. Lower down. Good job. Switch sides. Just think of all four corners have four roots that grow from the bottom of the foot to the floor, like a banyan tree. And come on down. Okay, now lift the left heel again. Turn the foot and knee and leg out and just bring that heel to the inner edge of your other ankle. And think, okay, root to rise. Maybe lift that foot to the inner edge of your shin. Or you can even bring it above the knee and stretch up if you're feeling stable. Really feel all four corners of that standing foot grounded. And then root down to rise out of that. And come on down. So tree pose, trees have deep roots, right? So think of that. And nobody's paying attention to you because they're all focused on their own balance. So if you're wobbling all over the place today, it's okay. So lift your heel first, turn it out, and then think all four corners of that standing foot. It can stay like this and stretch up. I could bring the foot up or even above the knee. You don't want it right on your knee. And then root down to rise up. And it's breezy in here. Those roots hold you strong though. Good, and come on down. Good job. Now grab your blocks, please. Wanted to do this too. And just if you have small feet, you probably only need one block, but if you have big feet, just stack one in front of the other. And then step your right foot on. I want you to feel rooted in that right foot and then lift the left foot up. Flex and point to your left toes. And then maybe lift the knee. Need to touch down. You can, you're not that high. And then come on down. Did you think of those roots? Let's do that on the other side. So step the left foot on, lift up, flex, and point. Just get yourself really oriented so that you feel stable on that foot, and then lift the knee. And release. Good job. Okay. Bring those blocks up to the front of your mat on either side of your feet, please. And then stretch up. Just a little heart opening. Bend the elbows and think shoulder blades are on the back, rib cage is back. I'm just going to lift my heart a little bit. And then stretch up again. And fold forward. Hands to the blocks. Step your left foot back to a deep lunge. And keeping your hands on the blocks. Now you might have to put the blocks on the higher height, you decide. I want you to notice your right knee is above your right ankle. And then again, all four corners of that foot super grounded. So you're pressing down through all parts of your foot. And then once you feel stable there, then think of your back foot. Even though the heel's lifted, you're really grounded through all 5 toe mounds. And then lower the back knee. And again, just notice, did anything shift in your front foot? And now you have the back knee touching the ground. You can kind of hug to the midline to feel even more connected to the lower body and to the earth. And maybe dangle your arms, stretch up. Anjane Asana. Sometimes I even stretch my left foot long so I can press the top of my foot down. It gives me more connection to ground, but do what feels good for you. And then please touch down. Lift the back knee. And notice you want to press down evenly in that right foot and then step forward. And let's do that on the other side. So step the right foot back, left knees above the left ankle. Feel all 4 corners of that foot grounded down. And then you check your right foot as well. All 5 toe mounds grounded down. Sometimes I'll check and I'll have weight more in the ball of my foot or more in the heel. Just want it to feel grounded. And then lower the back knee. See if anything shifted in that front foot. And then notice the back knee. grounded, come upright. You can always stretch that foot long if you want to. Stretch up Anjane Asana. And please touch down. Good. Lift that back knee up. Step back to a downward facing dog. And then extend the left leg. I'm going to have you step it to the outside of your left block. Still yeah, good job. The knees above the ankle. Back foot's grounded. Right heel, right knee, right sits bone aligned. Sometimes my toes have to go out because my knees turned out slightly in this kind of wider position. But still, I want you to feel the groundedness of all parts of that foot. Now, if you're really after more stretch, some of you might be, you can lower to your elbows, but don't round your back. I just want you to feel more stretch in the legs and grounded in the legs. And then coming back up on your hands, up back, downward facing dog. Make sure your feet are at least hip distance. Walk your dogs out. Good job. And we'll try that on the other side. So extend the right leg, step it to the outside of the right block. Right knees above the right ankle. Good. It's a lot of effort in that back leg to stay strong. Feel all four corners of the right foot grounded. If you want more stretch, lower it only if it feels like a good stretch to you. Feel the right foot grounded through all four corners. And then coming back up, step back, downward facing dog. And step your feet up between the blocks. Forward fold. We stay close to the earth for a moment. Maybe sway in a circle a little bit. See if you're still grounded. Got deep roots. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time to standing. How are we doing? Thumbs up? Okay. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chair pose. Listen carefully. Bring both hands to your left knee or thigh and shift your weight to your left foot. I'm going to have to move the blocks out a little bit. Shift the weight to your left foot and then just kind of step that right foot back all the way to a deep lunge. Good. And then see, is the knee above the ankle? Am I grounded through that left foot? Maybe I can let go and come upright. Feel free to lower that back knee if the balance isn't there. It's okay. And stretch your arms up. Crescent warrior pose. Good. Bring the hands to the front thigh again. Lean forward. Feel the groundedness through that left foot. And you can walk that right foot forward or step it forward and then fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, sit to chair pose. Both hands to the right thigh this time. Shift your weight, feel all four corners of that right foot grounded down, and then either step back to deep lunge or walk that foot back. Little steps at a time are good. See if you're really grounded. Maybe let go, come upright, stretch your arms up. Crescent warrior. Just really want you to feel the connection to the floor and how that helps you every time. So when you ground down, you feel the floor push back so you can rise out of it. Good. Bring your hands back to that thigh. Lean forward. And however you can get there, step and come to a forward fold. Next, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Now I want you to face in and take a wide stance on your mat. So you can see each other. You can stick your tongues out at each other if you want. Good. And then you're just going to turn your heels in slightly and bend your knees in that wide stance and sit back. Goddess pose, yeah. Gorilla pose. Sumo wrestler pose. And then just bring your hands on your thighs, fingers pointing down. And just kind of shift your weight to your left foot, straighten your right leg, and then ground that right foot down, shift the weight, straighten your left leg, maybe lift the toes, I don't know. Just do that a couple times. And then pause right in the middle. Do you feel weight in all parts of your feet? Maybe bring hands to heart center. Draw your low belly up. Good. And then press into your feet. Straighten your legs, straighten your feet out. And bring your arms to T. And you're going to be going opposite directions, but just turn your right foot out and bend into your front knee. So you guys on that side will be facing back. Warrior two. Now, in this warrior two, it's easy to feel grounded through the front foot. See if it's even. Then notice the back foot. Even though it's turned a different direction, can you feel weight in the little toe side as well as the inner edge? And then think root down. Two, feel a lift. Feel connected in the core. Good. Really press into the right foot as you straighten the leg. Stretch your arms up as you turn that foot forward and then turn the other foot out. Warrior two into your left foot, bend into the knee. Take a moment to feel that connection through all parts of both feet. Root down to lengthen up. Rest into the left foot, straighten that leg, turn that foot forward as you stretch your arms up. And then go ahead and fold forward. Your blocks are there if you need them. And just pause in that wide stance. Ask yourself, Where is the weight? Is it in the middle of my feet? Sometimes if you feel like you're lifting your arch, you'll feel more grounded in all parts of your feet. You can even sway forward and back a little bit just to feel different muscles and ligaments. Root down to rise up now. So press into your feet, come all the way up to standing, and then step your feet together. We're stuck like that, but it's okay. And come back to the front of your mats, please. It's always nice to have your blocks. Just want to do one more fun pose. So we're going to inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chair pose. Hands to the left thigh again. And step the right foot back to that deep lunge position. Make sure your left knee is above the left ankle. And then grab your blocks and just bring them in front of you. You might have to step the right foot forward a little bit. Keep that knee in the right spot. And feel that left foot really grounded and see maybe you can lift the right leg up. Try not to use your blocks all that much. Think I'm grounded through that left leg. My toes on the right leg point straight down. Good. And then bend the right knee, step the right foot down, and slide the blocks back. Come on up to standing. Feel okay? Okay, let's do it on the other side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Hands on the right thigh. Shift your weight. Step that left foot back. Move the blocks forward if you want to. You can step that left foot forward a little bit. I'm really grounded through the right leg. I might not be able to straighten the right leg all the way. That's okay. From my hamstrings, I just want you to feel your low belly drawing up. Really grounded. Pressing down helps you lift. Your left hip stays square to the floor. Bend the left knee and touch it down. Good. Forward fold. You can leave your blocks there. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend the knees, chair pose. We're going to do the same thing, only not touch the blocks if we can help it. So standing on your right foot, step the left foot back, not too far. And then think, I'm going to really ground down through that right leg. I'm going to lean forward. Maybe lift the left leg. Your blocks are there if you need them. This is called Warrior 3. It's okay if the right knee's bent and the left knee's bent. Good. Bend the knee. Step forward. Forward fold. It's a really hard pose. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, chair pose. No rest for the weary. Shift your weight to your left foot. Step that right foot back. Not as far this time. I just want you to kind of have, it there for balance. Think, I'm really engaging my core. I'm leaning forward. And as I do, it's like a seesaw. My right leg lifts. And then you can always work to straighten both legs. If when you feel stable, good, bend the right knee, touch it down, and come to a forward fold. Step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. You can lower your knees to lower down or lower down to the ground through chaturanga. Grounded to the floor, come up to cobra, root to rise. Exhale down. And then push all the way back to child's pose. Take a moment there. And then come to a seated position. And if you want to sit on a blanket, you can. If your hammies are tight, it's okay. And then just notice if your sits bones are underneath you. Mine, I always have to do this. I'm just going to shift and pull my leg into the opposite leg in the socket. And then do that on the other side. And then you feel much better grounded, right? And you can root down to rise and then bend your right knee, bring the ankle across the thigh. And just see if anything shifted. You're grounding through both. You can press the heel down too. So you feel grounded through sits bones, through the heel. Feel a little opening on that hip. Good. And then see what happens if you bring that knee upright. Can you get this foot grounded down? If not, bring it to the inside. Oh, you guys are all good. Interlace your hands. Pull back and up. Feel rooted down in those sits bones so you can rise up out of it. And then reach across with your left elbow, grab the knee and reach your right hand behind you for a little twist. Root down, lengthen up, and then twist. And please unwind. Oh, that feels good, right? Stretch that leg long. And just see, are you still grounded? You can feel those sits bones. Bend your left knee, bring the ankle across. Big stretch in the left hip. Root down to lengthen up. Some of you might want more. You can fold forward if you want to. And then we'll do that little twist. One side might feel way different than the other. Ground the foot down with the knee. Rise up and twist. Unwinding. Bring your feet wide. And same thing, you guys are all pretty good alignment. Sometimes I have to pull up on my leg right here and push down so I can get on that sits bone. So you determine if you need to do that and feel nice and tall and grounded. Now just keep your right leg extended. Bend your left knee and either bring the foot on the inner edge of the thigh or if you want to, try and get on the top of the foot if that works. Huh, not bad, guys. Woohoo. Okay, now just notice You're grounded. You're just going to turn and face that right leg. So one hand on either side. Think root down to lengthen up so you're not, and then you might want to bend further. If you do, bring your left hand to the shin or the ankle or the foot. It's like you're trying to center your belly on that leg. This is called Janu Shirshasana. I used to really detest this pose because it's hard for me, but it feels really good. One more breath and come on. Straighten that leg out. Might have to inner spiral it again. So it's like pull up on the butt leg down the inside and then bend the other knee. I'm always pressing my sits bones down and my heels because that helps me stay not overstretched. Then turn and face the left leg. You're not leaning to the left. You're just stretching out over that extended leg. Maybe bring your right hand to the shin, the ankle, or the foot. A little big stretch. This literally means it's Janu Shirshasana, which means big toe to head pose. So is your forehead on your toe? Not mine. It's just an attempt. Good. Come on up. Stretch both legs long. And then shift forward a little bit so that you can lay back with your knees bent and come to your backside. Hands by your hips, feet grounded right under your knees. And just take a moment to feel all four corners of the feet really securely grounded to the floor. And then just push down into your feet to lift your hips. Your arms and your shoulders stay grounded. You can even press into your hands. This is called bridge pose or Setu Bandha. Feel all four corners pressing down. Feel a little heart lift. And then go ahead and lower down. Feel your sacrum grounded again. There's still a little curve in your low back, so it's not grounded really. But you can lift your knees and give them a hug in and feel the low back press down then. Maybe roll side to side. And then set your feet back down, but bring them wide on the mat. So right to the edge of the mat. Arms in T or cactus. And then let both knees lower to the right and up and over to the left. Just go nice and slow. Windshield wipers. Feel good on your low back and your hips. And then if you feel the need for any other movements, you can, or you can just stretch your legs out long for Shavasana. Maybe arms away from your side. I like to spread my legs apart a little bit just to allow them to open naturally to where it feels like I don't have to hold them in space. And sometimes if I can get palms up, I can feel the shoulder blades underneath my heart, making a little platform for it. And then you need to cover up, you can. I'm going to encourage you to take a moment to just feel all of the places where your body's touching the floor. And just encourage yourself to let go and let that floor support you fully. And then think of your bones as super heavy, almost turning to stone. So that your muscles, ligaments, skin can just kind of slide off the bones. Relax down against the floor. It's like you're forming a bigger footprint on the floor. Every exhale, relax a little deeper, even noticing the exhalation, maybe a little bit longer than the inhalation. The Sanskrit word for root chakra is Muladhara. Muladhara. Remembering the condition of your first chakra represents your sense of security, safety, ability to survive, groundedness, your place in the family or tribe, your financial state, and your physical health. You can balance the first chakra by eating protein and root vegetables, sleeping more, getting massages, getting exercise, feeling your feet against the earth, and doing grounding yoga poses like tree pose and shavasana. Now turning your thoughts back to the breath. Allow the inhalation to deepen. Just drawing a little bit bigger breath. And let it go completely. Do it a couple more times. Just taking a really complete breath in, letting it go. And then start to move the rest of your body in small ways. Actually hugging your knees into your chest, rolling to the side, pushing on up when you're good and ready. And finding a nice grounded seat. Want to close with this reading from Julia Cameron. The universe is tender toward my heart. I count this a great blessing and I trust it. Frightened, threatened, or overwhelmed, I place my emotional safety in the hands of a loving universe. I ask for protection, wisdom, and discernment. Knowing that I am cared for and protected, I'm alert for support and security coming to me from many directions. I find supportive people, comforting events, unexpected and gracious encounters. The world is not a hostile place. I am aided and safe. The world is my home. I am aided, safe, and protected. Please bring hands to heart center. Namaste. You feel grounded? What's the goal?